we're gonna talk about rhubarb. Every little old granny loves herself a little bit of rhubarb, okay? So I had never even touched rhubarb before I decided to plant it. When I started farming, I decided if I hadn't had it, that was the first things that we had to grow, huh, buddy? So got my hands on some rhubarb crowns and put them in the ground and really enjoyed to watch them grow. Didn't know what to do, did we, buddy? We didn't know what the heck to do with this stuff. So I tried to give it away to people. Didn't have strawberries to mix with it, didn't know what to do. Well, let me tell you, when I figured it out, I realized I was on a gold mine here. So rhubarb is a crown that grows underground like comfrey. It's a root. That's all it is. And what's so cool about it is you can see, I mean, we're in the dead of winter and it's still coming around. The leaves are highly toxic. They are definitely poisonous. You never touch it. You can touch them. You never eat the leaves, okay? We don't roll up like a cabbage leaf some rice in this baby, unless you hate the person. So this stuff is so tart and delicious that grandma's pie is not what it's needed for anymore. You can make rhubarb cooler drinks, plain rhubarb jams, rhubarb ice creams and teas, rhubarb leathers. It goes on, and it is such a wonderful plant because why? You do nothing. Mm-hmm. I love plants that I don't have to grow all the time, like broccoli and lettuce that everything wants to kill. Nothing wants to kill this. This stuff's wonderful. All we do is grab them and pull them off. This is how we harvest. You just tip them to the side, yank those babies off. They are just so easy. And this already, you can look down in here at this crown blooming. It's already ready to pop out some more. You can see I got ants all over it, more poop and compost. We love it nice and yucky down here. They love it rich and moist. We've got more over here, you can see. They just keep growing. And once you get a taste of these things, you're gonna definitely wanna plant more and more all over your yard. Because like I say, they're just an exceptional food that requires no work whatsoever. It's a real treat just in your water or tea. And of course, we all know you can make jams and pies and other wonderful stuff out of it. But more importantly, again, I just love things that keep coming back. Mm-hmm. I try to always fill my garden up with things like asparagus and crowns and sunchokes, whatever you can find that I can come out and harvest on times that maybe I can't plant or the gophers ate everything. Always have a backup plan when you're trying to feed the family. Always have things you know they're not going to probably eat all this. So I highly suggest getting your guys self some crowns. Do not start from seed if you can find it. These do produce a seed stalk. Usually once a year. If you see a seed stalk on your rhubarb, rip it off. Otherwise, the plant's gonna go to seed and you won't get as many of these gorgeous leaves to eat. Or not leaves, I'm sorry, stalks. So once we remove all these, I can show you on this plant. So just like the comfrey, so the rhubarb also loves to propagate itself. And that's what's so fun about it is these crowns were only, I think, put in last year from some that I harvested from the front yard. And you can already see if you come over to this, we already have from one plant to two, which is what makes it so fun again. Oh, 3 plants, I'm sorry. So my mother plant here has made herself some fronts. And to me, again, can you beat that? Look, here's a 4th one coming in. Okay, guys, so does this require the best soil on earth? No, it doesn't. Just give it some good soil and compost. You don't have to go buy anything crazy. If you've got some poop lying around the yard, they love lots of poop around them. If you're planting in clay, just be careful because you can waterlog them, but they like clay too. They don't care where they're at. And again, something that is just, we're trying to work on what are the things that we can have perhaps year round and not be replanting. Rhubarb is one you're gonna want. Now here's another thing I'm gonna teach you before we end this whole thing, and that is that you'll notice on these stalks down here, see how red they are? Everybody knows rhubarb is being red. Well, guess what, folks? It's not all red, and they're not all big fat stalks. We commonly will get green stalks with a little pink. There's a couple different types of rhubarb out there. So if your rhubarb is green, it's not bad. It's still rhubarb. It tastes identically. It just doesn't have all the red that some of it gets. And I have quite a few different types at this point all over the farm. So realistically, more of them are probably green than red. So again, same thing. Don't think you've got something different or it's bad. They're just not all red like people think they are. Anyway, so go get yourself some rhubarb, folks, and enjoy.